And here we are. This is quarterfinal number one. It's been a pretty long event, a couple weeks now,
Yep.
about a month, and here we are, man. And I think when we started it all off, we were expecting to see TaToH in the quarters. We are probably not expecting to see the Vietnamese player BadBoy. He was our 15th seed, and he made TaToH look like a fool last weekend,
Yep.
honestly. So, BadBoy playing his Portuguese, we've seen before, Dave, and then TaToH in the blue, he's gone for the Japanese.
And the impressive thing about making TaToH look like a fool was that TaToH was playing really well going into it. I had
Yeah.
covered his sets before, and he looked strong. Like, he was one of my favorites for the tournament. And then BadBoy just kind of embarrassed him a little bit. I mean, even the victory that TaToH took, I think BadBoy was pretty competitive there. And the wins that BadBoy got in that 3-1 set were very, very convincing. So I expect great things from him. He's gone for the Portuguese, a very popular civ we've seen on the opening map, Nomad. And then TaToH has gone for Japanese, which I believe I've only seen from Slam on Nomad.
Yeah, speaking of civs, so the way we structured this tourney was throughout the first 4 rounds, the most played civilization would be banned out. And then for the final weekend, which is where we're at right now, we don't change anything. So to sum it up, Spanish, Malians, Persians, and Italians after last weekend are banned out. They cannot be picked or drafted or anything. And then the players have their standard civ draft. So that's why, Dave, that's a reason why, anyways, we might see Japanese here. Whereas if you go a few weeks back, players might have used Japanese or sorry, another civilization here and saved Japanese for a different map.
Okay, so spots. I mean, BadBoy has a good dock spot in the north, and it's very far away from TaToH's home base. TaToH only has one sheep, and you start with a sheep in this Nomad generation. I don't know if we've mentioned that often, but your furthest villager away usually starts with a sheep right beside it, so you can scout.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I guess
Is that intentional or is
you
that
didn't
just
practice the
happening?
map that much, I guess, for your
No.
sets.
Is that hold on? No, is
Well,
that actually intended or does that just happen
it,
to happen every
I
time?
assume it's intended because it happens every single time.
Okay, good observation. Then continue. Sorry.
So BadBoy is actually taking his sheep because he can't find any boars around here. And TaToH's sheep is just exploring near his base. So they're not going to be able to find each other's docks anytime soon. Oh no, BadBoy has found the dock from TaToH. Okay.
Yeah, BadBoy, he's gonna walk over there right now to take the boar as well. So just in case he didn't notice it with the sheep, he's gonna take that boar. Should know the dock is down there. And when I'm looking at the dock positions, the fish is far more plentiful for TaToH, but also at the same time, BadBoy's strategy normally is not going to revolve around needing fish in the long term. As we have seen Yo win with Portuguese, we've seen BadBoy actually win with Portuguese, Song. So many players just love to go fast castle organ guns.
Yep. He's really far away though. Like really far away. And the players we've seen succeed with the fast castle organ guns usually get a castle on the TC of the opponent. The ones I've seen fail have a castle way far back, and then the other guy has a chance to like stonewall, maybe mix in some guard towers. I saw that defense from TaToH against Kazva, I believe, or maybe that was Say My Name against Kaz. I can't remember, but one of them went for guard towers, and that worked really, really well against organs.
Yeah, I would say that at this point, I think BadBoy knows as well that TaToH's on the other side. He looks in the fog. He can see the boar, but he can also see that there was a house there when he lost his sheep.
He knows. He knows 100% that TaToH's there.
So it's a positive that he at least knows, right? Because he can think about it. Whereas you look at TaToH hasn't found the dock. TaToH, I'm a little confused by the fog of war, but I think that's where his villager started over near BadBoy's base. But maybe he does have some type of clue.
Well, he's heading there with 2 sheep at the moment. They're like homing in on the dock.
Yeah.
And TaToH should be able to find it unless he sends the sheep to the east.
I think he's going to go.
He's going the wrong direction, dude. He's going the wrong direction. And his other sheep is going the wrong direction, too.
Oh, yeah. He's looping away here. Well, I think based on TaToH's starting position, that starting vill is going to be huge for him to redock regardless. If he wants to go for water control, he's probably going to use this villager to add a dock because it's so close to the fish and there's so much water here.
Yep.
And TaToH will probably expect organ guns as well. And I think the important thing that TaToH has scouted, and you kind of mentioned it, Dave, is the fact that he can tell that there seems to be a bay area in the middle. and that if this is going to be fast castle organ guns for Bad Boy,
Just wall
there's
up.
some chokes in the north you can wall. Yeah.
Yeah, and even if you put palisade walls there, like if Bad Boy comes forward with villagers, he'll have to place the castle far away from your base, which means organs are slow. They're going to take
Yeah.
time to get there. Or he'll need to waste time battering through the walls with the vills. So it's going to be a win-win situation either way for you. And you can kind of get advance warning to that, right? The last thing you want is a castle coming down on your starting TC. I think we saw that against Max. Who was playing up against Max? It was Backed, right? And he
Backed,
just
yep.
completely demolished him with the organ gun thing. And there we go. Bad Boy going out 4 to stone already. And he repositions on the gold now. Okay. So he was thinking about it. And then he's like, I don't want to be that greedy. I'll go to gold first.
You know what's a stat I want to remember to bring up? I'm going to say this because I think our audiences will help us because we'll both forget.
Yeah.
How many boars will Bad Boy bring in on Mired compared to Nomad? Because I think he's on boar number 4 right now.
Yep.
And then he's going to have boar number 5 next to him. Like, Bad Boy has consistently done this, Dave. Very different from all the other players. He will scout out, and he will bring in so many boars regardless of the map.
And he's on his way to feudal. A late feudal for both players. I think it's because Bad Boy wants to go FC, and I think it's because TaToH just has not found the dock from Bad Boy. So he has really no purpose going up to feudal age if he doesn't know where to attack, right? And now he goes up to feudal age at like 11 minutes, which is quite late for this tournament, and tells me that he's not really that interested in some intense feudal water pressure.
Well, if you don't find their dock, and also if you think they're just going to give up your fish anyways, this is a pretty intelligent outlook, I feel, because you just overmake fish, which TaToH's doing. He's at 10 fishing ships right now. And then, you know, just kind of prep for the inevitable storm that's to come. He actually has a dock in the middle. And I'm surprised to see this. Bad Boy's actually the one who's going to wall.
Yeah, that's really strange. And he sent 2 villagers to do it too. Oh, I guess he's using the dock villager up there as well. But
yeah,
what is the plan here from Bad Boy? He's on stone right now, but you're going to wall and then make organs?
I guess you might be worried about TaToH going archers or something. He, of course, doesn't know that TaToH's doing this. He might have expected TaToH to be feudal faster and go for maybe some fires and also some archers. But I think the concern for Bad Boy is just going to be if he's not all-in pressuring with Portuguese, which we've seen a lot of, can he be competitive with an economic play when he doesn't have the fishing ships of TaToH? Because TaToH's economy is just going to be insane in early Castle Age.
Yeah. He might have been a little bit concerned, too, going forward for those walls because TaToH wasn't up yet. And Bad Boy was up at a pretty late time. I think Bad Boy should be aware now with TaToH's score and his uptime that TaToH has just added an insane amount of fish. He's got 12 fishing ships right now, Japanese fishing ships. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, can he see it with the outpost? Oh, he should be able to see it soon, you think. Wait, there's like no fish where the outpost gives you vision.
Yeah, he's just gonna miss it. They might go for that one. They might go for that one to like the right, maybe.
Yeah.
He's even got Town Watch too. Look at the range on that outpost.
Just another tech, Dave, that you just don't see players rush too much unless it's Nomad.
Yep.
It's such an important strategic tech to get Town Watch. Yeah, I think he'll make another outpost and still miss out on seeing stuff, which is unfortunate. But he only has 6 on wood. So it's not like he really has the eco to go for extra docks right now. And at least for Bad Boy's sake, he does have his other fishing ships working in the north. So TaToH might eventually spot them.
TaToH has found the wall in the north and the houses there and whatnot. And he's going for a stone wall of his own.
Nice.
And he also lost a sheep over near TaToH or Bad Boy's TC. But at this point, I mean, TaToH has explored everywhere else. So he doesn't really need to know exactly where Bad Boy's economy is. Bad Boy has gone for another outpost in that little area, and he still doesn't see anything, man.
And you know what's worse? TaToH's making a transport, and I think TaToH's going to transport between the outposts.
Yep.
I think he's going to go right across to where that land is.
He's
Let's
sending
see Bad
one
Boy's point of
scout.
view.
No, right into his point of view. Okay.
Okay.
And Bad Boy's coming
that's
forward. TaToH will have a scout there. Bad Boy's coming forward to probably make a castle. TaToH will see that one villager, and he should be able to take it out, but he's just going to use the scout to figure out what's going on here, and he'll see the other villagers coming forward, and he'll know that's for a castle.
feel like if this was game 3, maybe BadBoy never makes his palisade walls. But since it's game 1, it's against TaToH, he's a little nervous, right? He
Yep.
just wanted to play safe. And so he ends up walling to just eventually delete the walls. But I still like the outlook of placing this castle. I think that placing it forward is kind of how you have to address this, because TaToH's got 12 fishing ships. You've got 5. You're not going to win water at this point. So you've got to win land.
God, if he had a demo in the middle there, he could have gotten like 4 villagers. He's upgrading right
Yeah.
now. He's got 4 fire galleys on the ocean right now, and they're about to be fire ships. And he's going for knights. And TaToH's eco, like, look at his food count right now. He's in Castle Age.
Insane.
He's got 500 food because of the fishing ships.
I think what really is going to hurt here for BadBoy is if TaToH is intelligent enough to just transport the knights over. And we know he is,
Yeah.
right? TaToH realizes that he's got walls to hold for now. He's even dropping a tower, so we might see the famous TaToH guard towers. Just get the knights over to BadBoy's eco, and BadBoy doesn't have anything. I mean, not even a monastery yet to get monks out. It could be really awkward to defend.
And TaToH even killing that outpost too. He doesn't want BadBoy to know when he's going to be transporting over the knights. And this is the problem with making the castle forward, right? And that's why you want the castle on your opponent's base, so they have to respond to the pressure. If you have it just in this middle ground here, TaToH can do exactly this. He can transport over knights. You have nothing at home to protect your eco, and you're going to be so exposed. Saying that, if TaToH doesn't successfully defend against these organ guns, it's going to look kind of foolish sending the knights across, but I think he should be fine with guard tower now and with all these stone walls as well.
He seems to be looking for some expansion for BadBoy, because BadBoy's main eco hasn't been scouted out too well by him yet. So he's just hoping that maybe a TC will be placed there and he'll block it. But for me, I'd still like to see TaToH send his scouts and his knights towards BadBoy's main base for now.
They're going now.
He seems to be on the way, and BadBoy looping around, Dave, he's just going to find more walls.
Yep, TaToH getting gill nets now. He's still got 12 fishing ships. Needs to reposition his docks around the outer ring, but he's cleared up the fish from BadBoy. And now BadBoy will loop to the north and see that there is no way in. So there's a couple things he could do here. He could try and brute force his way through here. He can try and make a dock and get a transport ship of his own, but he's going to have to fight against TaToH's water. It's just...
Yeah.
It's going to be really difficult for BadBoy here because he doesn't have the fish that TaToH does.
TaToH's got to be careful, though, because that gate's not complete, and the villager won't be able to build it.
Yeah.
So that gate could easily go down, and this might actually give BadBoy an opportunity. As he's had to stonewall. Oh, God, that's so awkward. Look at his base, Dave. Stone walls, house walls, just because of the knights.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, if he wants to get a second castle forward, he might be able to break through here and place one. But still only 400 stone.
6 on food, by the way. 35 in the
Yeah.
bank. And 36. He's got more villagers than he has food right now.
Yeah. Hey, this is a great strat. Like, we've seen the Portuguese strategy work, but it's very predictable. There's not a lot of flexibility in how Portuguese are played. And TaToH just kind of expected it the whole way through. And I think it's the first time we saw someone go 12 fishing ship fast castle in game 1 Nomad. And it's worked out wonderfully for TaToH.
Well, it helped. I think a little bit helped by the fact he couldn't see BadBoy's docks, so he kind of just had to do it. you know, he didn't know where to pressure, didn't want to waste resources in the feudal age. BadBoy now goes for a second TC in a wonderful position. That is just a beautiful town center. I love everything about it. And TaToH's still running around with the knight and the scout. He's actually got the scout there to counter the monks, but BadBoy will pull it back to the TC, and TaToH's got to be careful he doesn't get that converted. Okay, it's fine for now.
I love the scout edition. And oh god,
no,
the
he's gonna
transport for BadBoy.
For both, Tristan. Except TaToH has
fire
navy.
ships for one of them. There's
What?
fire ships for one, just passing.
Oh,
Dude, are you kidding
Are they
me?
gonna block?
Is he blocking it right
Oh,
now?
and shooting it with the organs. BadBoy. BadBoy. Oh, and the
now he
fire
needs to run.
ships are coming from TaToH, but they're not in time. The knights will unload. The transport survives. And both armies get to the other side, and both transports now die. BadBoy is in on the wood line.
Play that was though. Like
Yep.
he could have just kept passing there, and now he's actually forcing some additional reactions from TaToH. That was epic.
The Knights engage against the Organ Guns. The castle was busy attacking the walls, so the Knights only get a couple hits there. Now, the Organ Guns are into TaToH's economy, but TaToH always has the option to go for more guard towers here. I think he needs to start building one on that gold, maybe. His Knight will buy himself enough time to get one down there, but no, the Organs see that guard tower on the wood line and back up. And meanwhile, BadBoy's Knights, or sorry, TaToH's Knights in BadBoy's base are going to get converted. Here. They're going to get converted.
Hop inside the TC with the monks. Okay, so he saved one of the monks.
It's only plus one armor,
on the way.
Too.
Yeah, I think TaToH wanted to snipe the monks before it got out of hand here, but I have to question this decision.
Yeah.
I think he's going to end up losing these knights, and BadBoy's okay.
Only plus one knights. Diving under a TC like that against two monks, maybe not the best decision ever. And BadBoy is fully walled here on the gold and the stone. So he should be able to defend. TaToH now goes for a third TC in the north. The Organ Guns are still roaming around on TaToH's side of the island. And BadBoy, that's a cute fire galley. He goes for one fire galley to harass the fish.
I've never seen Organ Guns against Japanese fish before, so I'm really curious about this.
Looks like they're doing pretty well, actually.
Yeah. And I mean, Organs are also amazing against fires.
Yeah.
So I know his food eco sucks, but maybe there's a world where he could actually just take water from TaToH now. Kind of feels like TaToH's benefited from the fish already as he's now investing into the TCs. But man, is TaToH cramped, dude. He's very cramped. There's not a lot of space for him on land.
He's actually still adding fish. He's going to go up to 16 after he lost a couple there. And he's repositioned docks as well. So his food economy is going to continue to be amazing. BadBoy is transporting villagers. BadBoy has 1,200 stone in the bank. And he's losing his organs forward. Does he continue transporting here? Is he a bad boy? Is he going to send... Oh, my God.
That was a bad joke, but I think he has to, Dave. Like, he's so far behind, you can see it in the score. Unfortunately, needs some army to support this, but kind of this whole strategy was about going for a second castle. What do you think about using 10 vills or 15 vills and dropping the castle next to TaToH's guard tower or kind of near the houses? Because one guard tower is not going to kill that many vills.
Yeah. Let's look at
And then at least you can keep your army massed.
Yeah, he can't see those extra TCs. He sees the wood line there, though. I think even like to the right of that second house, because you can see that wood line there, right? He actually got in the transport ship, realized he only had 5 available spots, couldn't get the organs in, got out of the transport ship, sends the transport ship right next to the guard tower, and now he has 1,300 stone in the bank. And like, what? Where is he going to drop this castle? He can make one defensively and make one forward.
Yeah, the problem is TaToH is banking up so many resources. TaToH just wants to go in.
Yep.
So the time window is kind of closed now. Even if you drop an additional forward castle, it's not like that game we saw with Yo and Hera last weekend where there's good eco behind this for BadBoy. I mean, it is not looking good at all as he just now adds the third TC. And again, like TaToH's whole vision on how to play this, perhaps expecting the organs, has just worked out so well. He still has fish everywhere. Like, he's made it look so easy with redocking everywhere in the north. And now he's on the way to Imp, and I expect a defensive castle for TaToH.
Yep.
So he can push towards Strebs.
Yep. And BadBoy can't deny that. There's no way if TaToH sends it and builds it like right on top of that house or even behind the house, he'll be in Imperial Age faster. He'll have Trebs out quicker. He should be able to hit the castle from BadBoy and get it down. And he's still being annoying on BadBoy's side as well with this villager that was over here. He did lose her, but BadBoy has to respond to all of that before he can think about a castle forward himself. And TaToH goes for one on the hill in a good position. He's going to be able to break through these walls. And we look at BadBoy's eco. 57 villagers, only just now getting wheelbarrow. It's not looking great.
We've seen games where the organ guns were strong enough to make up for the fact that you were at an economic deficit.
Yep.
We've seen those games. Leary died to it. Max died to it. So many players died to it. This is not one of those games. The Eco KD is 6-6 right now, so that's actually spot on even. But overall, TaToH's economy is just nuts right now. He's consistently redocking, like we said. He'll probably add fish traps soon. He hasn't really needed many farms, but he's got a few. And I think BadBoy, if there's any bright side here, it's that organ guns don't really get much better if you have Imperial Age upgrades on them.
Yeah.
So you can continue to make organs and stay in Castle Age and still be okay.
Yeah, like the unit doesn't get any better, but the units they're fighting against get better. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
exactly.
know,
That's
like-
an immediate downside to the situation, of
Yeah.
course.
All right, so TaToH going for an outpost now. He's going to be able to see that TC. I think he already noticed it before, and he'll have Trebs on the way. Almost has enough stone for another castle. BadBoy sees that TaToH is in Imperial Age, keeps on fighting here. 67 vills against 72, but of course he doesn't have 25 Japanese fishing ships to support himself. And he still has enough for a castle. Yeah, like, he had to know he was far behind in Castle Age, right? It did no eco damage whatsoever. His opponent had fish. TaToH kills that boar for no apparent reason. But, like, you have to question why he just didn't go for a YOLO castle in that situation. He's going to go up now, but he's going to lose all this stuff forward.
I feel like he was trying to be too cute with the transport, right? Looking back, the transport walk gave us that funny just passing moment. Didn't do much. You're only transporting 5 organs. The enemy can make defensive knights against that. And then you can only transport 5 villagers at a time. As BadBoy is imping, Dave, he's going to give himself a shot. He had to sell his stone to do that, but just, again, thinking back, maybe he should have just YOLO'd it and just rushed in with 15, 20 builds, tried to do something. He'll lose his TC now, which is sad because he's put his farms here too. So he won't be able to take his farms too effectively.
And block printing, Sanctity coming now from TaToH. He wants to be able to just convert the organ guns. He's getting handcard as well. So many techs coming in from the Spaniard, and the Knights are going to run right through. He's also coming forward with more towers here.
What is this theme? Like, the Japanese towers? How exciting is this, man? Yo did it last weekend, and now we've got TaToH going for it. That's a lot of organs, though. I mean, again, if there's any positive, it's that he's got a lot of organs. He's actually going to drop his own tower, which is kind of funny, because it's just a guard tower.
That's not going to work against Yasuma Japanese guard towers. That's not going to fly. Look, he sets up on the hill. He's like, yes, I'll stop him here. Not
you
going to
have
happen.
the Trebs that can roll in. The Knights can take care of it, yeah. But he's buying himself a little bit of time here, Dave. It is game 1 in a tourney set, and I think it's always really important for players because that's where the nerves really set in. Is just play it out. You know, even if you think you're dead, just continue to play. Get a feel for the series. Warm up your fingers. That's what BadBoy's doing here. TaToH has just looked so good.
Yep, and BadBoy's losing his
everywhere.
other castle too.
TaToH already has it. Yeah, the cannon galleons in the south.
Yep. Chemistry immediately came in. As soon as TaToH hit Imp, he knew he had water control, just wanted to consolidate. He's pushing forward with the guard towers. Even if BadBoy wins the fight, it's going to be extremely tough for him to push back through this area now with all these guard towers around here. And TaToH, I think the only thing that I would want to see from him is some sort of military. He's got 2 monks and 2 knights on the field. Other than that, like, as long as BadBoy sits back with the organ guns where the guard towers can't reach them, there's nothing to kill this force.
In theory, you can just make towers and keep your Trebs underneath the towers and then Treb this next castle down. I mean, but you're right, Dave. I feel like it's at a point where he's so far ahead, TaToH doesn't necessarily need to rush into military. But that's all he's missing to finish off the game right now.
TaToH now going
Rolls away with it. Ooh, misclick. That was definitely a mistake from him.
Ooh, 2 Trebs go down here, probably.
2 Trebs for 2 organs. TaToH must have... Not sure what happened there, because it looked like he was rolling away. But getting the monk upgrades now, and he'll have 12 range monks able to convert the organs. And TaToH's got plenty of resources available to him. Whether he's denying the stone or gold in the south, he could always take that. Or the resources he just took away from BadBoy in the middle.
Those towers have 15 attack, by the way. They're shooting multiple arrows. So they're pretty tanky, and those Trebs are going to take time to take him out. TaToH has a dock over in the east, so maybe he'll start making cannon galleons. Nope, he makes more fishing ships. Oh my god.
He's like, I see fish, I will add fish.
Dude, did he have any... He hasn't added a single farm this game, right?
No,
he had some
like
around
5.
the TC, yeah.
Also, to be honest with you, there's not many fish left. There's 1 fish in the south. There's another fish in the west. So he's done an incredible job utilizing
He
fish.
also has more villagers continuing to push him with these towers. Now he's going Elite Samurai.
I like it. I like it. Like, there's situations where maybe that's a bit risky against gunpowder. but I think he's so confident here that
Dude,
he knows he is the eco.
he's in such a good position. He is in such a good position. Got villagers building that tower. It's now killing the vills from BadBoy that are trying to complete the castle. BadBoy trying to tread down the towers, but he hasn't even got one yet. TaToH keeps repairing with the villagers, brings more trebs of his own, has the monks there to support now. BadBoy trying to switch into Arbalist. He has killed some villagers that were making that tower, but TaToH has completely surrounded him.
It just feels like even if BadBoy pushes back a few towers, TaToH is going to be able to swing in on the other side. But at the same time, it is 116 pop versus 150. I understand space is an issue right now for BadBoy, but he can take every single resource at the moment. And TaToH's just got to be careful he doesn't play with his food too much here, because with Arbs coming out, Arbs are actually pretty good against Samurai.
Yeah. Not if you get all your organ guns converted, though, and then they turn on the Arbs. That might be a little bit of an issue. The capped rams from TaToH, actually a good choice here, taking out the trebs. Okay. He's converting a lot of organ guns here, Tristan.
I'll convert most of them. And now the Samurai come in, and now you just start to feel, if you didn't already feel like you were dead in BadBoy's position, you're like, oh, okay, that's why we didn't see anything from TaToH, because he's going to go Elite Samurai. Great.
He's going to go for a castle.
Maybe looping around on the right side. This is amazing.
Yep. Yep, TaToH is just constricting him even more. He's going for a castle under threat of that Treb. Where are the villagers coming for? There they are. And he's going to take out the Treb in time with the capped rams. He's going to push onto the castle. I wonder why BadBoy hasn't resigned yet in this position. Maybe just first game of the day or first game of the tournament. Trying to get his feet under him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's still room for him to work with his crossbows, right? Or not room for him to work. There's actually no room for him to work.
There's no crossbows.
He still has resources to make some, and maybe he felt like, you know, I don't have Arbalest yet. I don't have these upgrades yet. But yeah, that was over for a while. That's very common in game one. That is, if players are normal humans, they normally going to be stressed out and they want to continue to play it on.
Yep.
That said, TaToH, man, like, again, we mentioned it. Going for the fast castle with the additional fishing ships, not something we've seen before. He expected some type of castle drop, walled it off, and the guard towers looked simple, and then utilized the transport and just ended up completely nullifying the attack from BadBoy. It was so well done that I feel like this is the type of game where you look at it and you say, man, do pros make this look easy, right? It's so easy to look at BadBoy and say, why didn't BadBoy do this or that? But honestly, I don't think BadBoy could have done anything against TaToH playing this well.
Yeah, I think it's just a classic case of when you get deeper into a tournament, a strategy that looks really dominant in the early rounds, and a lot of them end up being fast castle into unique unit or something along those lines, can be countered by a fast castle with better eco from the other player if they know exactly what's coming, right? We've seen it in other maps than just Nomad. Like sometimes you get that kind of thing in Empire Wars or in Arabia or whatnot. And players adapt later on in the tournament. So that's exactly what TaToH did here. And BadBoy seemed a little bit confused after he didn't have a castle on TaToH's face, didn't have significant organ gun numbers, and didn't have water control at all.
Now, here's the positive for BadBoy. His strategy is a do or die strat, right? We know that. We saw it. It didn't work. He drafted Portuguese very late. So when you look at his draft, he wasn't actually drafting to do well in game one. That might be because he realizes how good TaToH is. That might be because it's just his own skill set. I don't know. But Chinese, Mongols, Berbers, those civs are all for the other maps that we'll probably see. And so he loses with Portuguese, and that's sad. But then TaToH picked Japanese first, so he really prioritized game one and got his victory. So I think from a draft perspective, in theory, this should swing back towards BadBoy's direction, and he'll be in a good position to contest.
In theory.
In theory, I mean, TaToH's so good, dude. TaToH's so good. In theory, that should be the case, but I just want to see where Byzantines are utilized, because picking Japanese first and Byzantine second is also standout to me. It's a very weird order. I feel like Byzantines were never picked this high before. Granted, we are working with one less civilization now.
So we're going on to Golden Hill for game number 2, and I'm ready to get going as soon as you are.
Yep, we'll get to 10 seconds and do it.
All right, I'm there already. Let me know when it's good to go. And we see a matchup. I think we saw this last weekend. Koreans against Malay, I believe.
Yeah, we did. It was Jordan versus Leary
Yep.
is when we saw this matchup. And 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are, game two. TaToH looked good game one. And I guess it's good that for people who watched our cast, we kind of got some of the stuff out of the way, Dave. But talk to me about Koreans again. I know Koreans are a pick that you love here.
I think Koreans are just the most consistent pick here. And this is very interesting, Tristan. Early on, both players have the villager scouting the middle shoreline. We have not seen that yet. BadBoy will find a dock position there with the shorefish. And TaToH is looking for some shorefish of his own to place a dock on. And they're both going to be in the corner. I have not seen this from anybody. And now we see it from both players right now.
Yeah, interesting. Normally, you're seeing players cross over to their side
Yep.
and then dock. And based on my preparation, I actually feel like it's easier to find shorefish on the outer shore than it is the inner shore.
Oh, yeah, of course. You can just look at
So-
that right now. There's 2 shorefish on the entire inner shore. So they're lucky they found them, to be honest.
And it kind of hurts TaToH because he is pretty far away from deep fish because he's docked in a situation where he's next to the other land on the
Yep.
opposite side, whereas BadBoy has less of that going for him. But Koreans, great TC spot for TaToH, and they have that villager vision. So TaToH actually spread out at the start and ended up deciding on this. So his TC's up a little later, I think, due to that.
Yeah. BadBoy's going to have a really bad time finding food here. If we look around his TC, the boar that's closest to him is way in the north. The sheep are pretty far away. The deer aren't pushable. It's going to be a struggle for him, and he's going to need to start scouting immediately to find everything that he needs.
BadBoy brought in 6 boars in the previous game, by the way.
Yep.
So I do have faith in him that he's going to find it, but it's all about finding the initial food, right? So if he can't find like a pig or two or sheep or two to scout out, he could have some problems. And I like this decision. He realizes he doesn't see anything. Instead of just sitting here and chopping wood and waiting for fishing ships, which we'll obviously still want to do, he's going to go out and scout.
He might find those
I
sheep,
think-
which would be really great. That would be the best thing he could possibly find right now. Oh,
doesn't
God,
see it.
no, dude. Oh, at least he saw the little pond there, so he knows there's shorefish. But he's got 2 villagers scouting around, and this is why I like Koreans. We can see with the Malay, limited line of sight. With Korean villagers, you would have like twice the amount explored already.
Well, TaToH's scouting with 1, so we could kind of compare it.
Yep.
But with
Look at
the
that.
exception of the deer, I think it'll be a similar problem for TaToH. This is very common on this map. And actually, TaToH's boars are like even further away here, Dave. So he's got the deer, but it will be even more complicated for him to find a boar.
Dude, BadBoy's got a villager push this deer from Narnia to get it to the TC. Oh, this is so brutal. And he's going for loom right now. Thankfully, he does have the villager gathering at that dock, and he has some fishing ships. So I think his villager production will actually be fairly consistent here.
This is so well played from BadBoy.
Yeah.
This is so well played. Has the food now, can scout a bit. He's going to scout with the sheep on the other side, bring the vill even further down. TaToH's still scouting out. I mean, if TaToH didn't have his deer next to him, he would have some similar problems, but he's benefited from that. Still no boar, still no sheep for TaToH. This is the calm before the storm on Golden Hill. We talk about the fish and the food in the start because players want to build up to eventually control the water and maybe the middle. But Malay do advance faster to the next age. Koreans have their bonuses too. Just how easily will they get there? I don't think anything about the start on this map is easy. Always complicated.
No, this start is, like you said, complicated. It's always going to be difficult. And TaToH, I think, can spot. Yeah, he can spot the fish now.
BadBoy found a boar, dude.
BadBoy found the boar. Nice. So he's going to bring that in. Oh my God, look at that area near the berries too. There's 3 ponds there.
Which berries, I'm sorry?
From BadBoy, where he's bringing the boar. You get a nice little mill nestled in there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, my goodness.
That would be an amazing TC spot.
It would
next
be,
to the
though.
wood line, and then
Yeah.
you can just pull villagers off to make a mill, yeah. The reason we don't see mills this early is because the players always use their wood for fishing ships. They can add extra eco units. But I'm curious on if we'll see a fast feudal here, or if players will actually think about a fast castle. Because I think with Koreans, since Malay are going to advance faster anyways, maybe you just accept that you're going to lose a little bit of control in feudal and try and get to castle age.
So TaToH bringing in the boar from the far right corner He still doesn't see the one at the top, but he's just expiring his deer, and he'll have this boar under the TC. And with the fishing ships, I think this should be enough to go up to the feudal age if he wants to. That villager getting a little bit weak as it comes in. He had a long journey to bring in that boar, and BadBoy is now bringing in his second boar from the north. Man, I appreciate the fact that BadBoy sent 2 villagers right away to scout. A lot of players would have thought, like, that's not efficient, it's going to nuke my economy. But he knew how important it was, and he sacrificed 2 villagers worth of idle time extremely early in the game to find these animals.
That's been the theme for me. BadBoy loves his scout, and BadBoy loves his boars.
Yep.
That's been the theme when I watch his games. And the other thing about BadBoy that I think he's addressed for this tourney, or maybe it just suits his mindset, I don't know, but I feel like his drafts are always really, really strong.
Yep.
So Malaya is still a very late pick for him. Obviously, he'll want to tie this up, but he's still got other great civilizations. As his dock villager is wandering towards TaToH's base right now.
Is he just looking for... Is he
dock
controlling this,
spot?
or is that going to the fish?
I think he wants a second dock spot.
Yeah, I was wondering about that as he puts a dock on TaToH's space, but TaToH will clearly see this with Korean villagers. He'll be like, no. BadBoy needs to wall this bad boy in.
Oh, and he could get trapped here. And TaToH going to make a gate on the other side. So now the villager does need to be quick walled. But against 2 vills, Dave, I think a quick wall here is too much to ask.
Especially
You're
with
have to
that
place another dock.
stupid little reed tree there against the corner of the dock. BadBoy trying to save the vill. Not working. TaToH walls off the dock, and that is wasted wood. That's like 100 wasted wood.
Wasted wood, wasted time too, right? You wanted to have a second dock by now to make 2 fire galleys. You can't do that. Also, the villager could die. BadBoy probably focusing elsewhere at the moment.
He's housed.
Oh, God. This is a really
Everything's
rough start
going
to
wrong.
Age.
Everything is going wrong for him. He's badly housed. He needs to make that. He needs to make another dock. This one already denied, like we said. And TaToH is going to be up to the feudal age in 15 seconds here. Already has 2 docks of his own. BadBoy will just have a fire galley out by the time TaToH starts producing.
Look at TaToH's approach. He is sending 4 villagers to shorefish. And I've gotten consistently excited about this because I love it when players try and toe the line. They will make Navy, but also they'll think about the long term with their food eco, and that's a good move for TaToH. BadBoy not really doing that, but also you can't argue with Malay trying to win for water. Even if you run out of fish on this map, you can fish trap
He's
later.
going back to complete the dock with his 10 HP villager.
Why?
And look, he was planning on chopping the tree to palisade and get through there, and TaToH's like, nah, I read you like a book. Now he's going to attack the wall so he can chop the tree to make another wall to complete the dock.
I mean, it is going to distract TaToH. There is that as the fire ships pass and TaToH finds BadBoy. I just feel like this is extremely stubborn, and to put a weak villager on the shoreline makes 0 sense to me.
Yep, well, he's not going to be weak soon. He's just going to be dead. Oh, BadBoy saves him on 1 HP, and then...
And then it dies. As we all... we're all shocked that that's the case, right? Like... Wow, what a surprise. What a weird start for BadBoy. And now, Dave, he doesn't have a villager to repair. He falls back now. TaToH's got to be real happy with this because the weak point in this matchup is early feudal. That's the weak point for Koreans against Malay, and he has officially survived that.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Yeah, that guy wasn't fireproof. He was fire resistant. It's a little bit different on the label.
What's interesting to bring up, though, is if BadBoy was playing someone and BadBoy was the favorite, I don't think he ever does what he did over the last minute or two.
Yep.
You'll see players try and be too fancy. They try and do things that maybe don't make too much sense when they're up against a player they feel is better than them. And as the demo comes out, it's a great demo for BadBoy. BadBoy's going to respond here.
And Koreans can't make demos, so you want to either start adding galleys, as I see 1 galley here from TaToH. Not sure if that's for continued galley production or simply for map control. So you either want to add galleys or you want to get up to Castle Age to get the turtle ships or your fire galley upgrade. But TaToH right now with a repair villager is pushing the ships back from BadBoy. Good micro from BadBoy to save those 2 weak ones. He's going to get those repaired, and good for him to keep the fish alive and keep getting food. Right now it looks like BadBoy's going to click up first.
What on earth is that macro from BadBoy?
Yeah, that's insane. That's actually insane.
Yeah, maybe that time when he lost his first fire ship, he was, bringing in some pigs and maybe getting some vills over to the shorefish because this is looking strong for him, and
TaToH realizes
TaToH's gonna mark it.
TaToH realizes that Bad Boy doesn't notice him attacking the villager in the middle, and so he walls it in, and now they have a little gladiators arena in the middle here, and Bad Boy's gonna lose another vill.
That's such a TaToH thing to
Yeah.
do. He just loves to wall people in. There was a clip a year or two ago where TaToH walled in like 3 villagers from someone in Dark Age on Nomad.
Ooh, demo ship.
Oh.
Oh, that's a potential of a huge demo here. He gets the villager and 2 ships. Massive demo raft there from Bad Boy, and Bad Boy is going to click up with Malay before his opponent, and Bad Boy is winning the water somehow after the dock being denied, 2 villagers dying. Crazy
This is
play
a concern,
here.
man.
Yeah.
This is where you see another weakness for Koreans. Any other Civ, you could pop out with a demo right now and maybe be okay. But if you can't pop out with the demo, Bad Boy can just move in without having to worry about it too much. And in 90 seconds, Bad Boy's going to have upgrades in his navy. And I think TaToH could really be in trouble. He is maybe going to go to stone. He's making a tower in the middle right there. Nice mining camp. So that's good. The tower will be a guard tower in Castle Age, but will he have any water control when he gets there?
I think as long as he gets a few vills across now, he's fine. You just need to
Yeah,
get
just run
like
across- run to the
5
middle
or
route.
6. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's 4 more villagers coming. He's gonna have 5 in the middle. He has had less idle TC time than Bad Boy. He's had 30 seconds less, and he hasn't lost those 2 villagers. He only lost 1. So TaToH's economy is looking decent behind this. He's got 34 vills versus 33 from Bad Boy, but obviously Bad Boy with the faster Castle Age time. And I guess TaToH got Town Watch as well. I'm trying to like rationalize that idle TC time with the villager count, but Town Watch would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, you go up to the Castle Age this much faster, or Feudal and Castle, it makes a 3 vil difference.
Yeah.
So Malay are just insane at being able to recover, and here it comes. I mean, I have no confidence that TaToH can hold water. I have no confidence. Now, he could possibly come back on water with turtle ships. But I think if you're Bad Boy, you're going to have to find these fishing ships and those galleys, and I think he should be able to do that pretty easily.
That's a big navy from Bad Boy. Imagine if TaToH can make demos as Koreans. What
I
is
know,
this?
it'd be incredible.
TaToH going the only Civ that can't make demos? What? Doesn't make sense.
It's a weird weakness, right? I think it's the only Civ that can't make demos.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Very, very weird little tidbit. That's what makes Age of Empires great. I think what makes this map great for balance, too, because if Koreans had demos with everything else, it might clearly be the #1 Civ, is the demo goes in after a fishing ship, but that's not really a big deal.
No.
The fishing ships end up going down. The galleys are going to be down for TaToH.
And now TaToH makes a beeline for the fish to try and take him out because he knows he can't save this. Oh,
Good move from TaToH.
God, these things are going to
TaToH.
get...
And Bad Boy needs to block, man. I actually think this is sloppy unless he has another fire on the way. These should never kill any of your fishing ships.
Yeah, and there's another galley coming from the docks from TaToH. It snuck its way around to those fish, and it might actually kill that villager. Bad Boy might lose another vill. He's gone for a second TC right away. He's on stone. TaToH goes for a second TC as well, and now TaToH's going to clear up the fishing ships. This should never happen.
I think Bad Boy... Well, the fishing
TaToH?
ships might actually survive.
TaToH? Okay,
Clearly,
gets
both
one.
players are looking at their TCs right now, Dave,
Yeah.
because it's been a little sloppy, but, you know, still a few fishing ships alive. You can always add more, which Bad Boy is going to immediately do, so at the end of the day, not too bad. But TaToH making another tower in the middle, so that's what we have to think about. How on earth is Bad Boy going to address that?
I think if you're Bad Boy, and I think he TC'd stone for this reason, you want to get a castle somewhere.
Yeah.
And you want to get up to Imperial Age before your opponent and start the push. We saw it with Leary. I believe it worked out for him, right? Against Jordan?
Yeah, the difference was in the Leary-Jordan matchup is both players want 1 TC fast imp.
Mm-hmm.
So both of these players are playing it differently. They're investing more into villagers and
Bad
staying
Boy-
in Castle Age.
Bad Boy goes for the 3rd TC. Huh.
There's still a lot of gold and stone at your base. He does feel like he can maybe out boom, and he is doing so, but there's also risk in that because that just means there's less time for you to take the middle later on.
And TaToH goes for a TC on the middle. So both players are going to play 3 TC. At some point, as well as Bad Boy goes for stone walls across the crossing. Bad Boy can start adding in fish traps too. Once all this fish
Yeah.
expires with Malay, should be pretty good. He's got to hold water control to do that though. And Koreans always have the possibility of going into towers around this middle area to shut that stuff down.
God, I wish Bad Boy would delete the red dots on the shoreline on TaToH side, because I instinctively keep looking back over there to show it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is from Dark Age. Is TaToH gonna add another TC? Where's he going with these vills right now? Oh, he's going to a mill, I think. He wants to get food. He's gonna go a mill. He's got boar over there, berries over there. That's not too bad.
Yep.
What do you think about TaToH's position right now, Dave? Because with the exception of the one fire ship, which I think will now be found, he is completely off of water, and he's behind by 9 eco at the moment.
I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it simply because Bad Boy is on 3 TCs right now. And it's allowing TaToH to get away with this type of stuff. And TaToH goes for another tower on that edge. And this is what I was talking about with this middle area. You get those Korean towers around there, and suddenly the Malay can only fish on the outer ring. And then if you have access to stone, all this stone in the middle, if you're TaToH, you can start towering that outer edge as well and shut down all this this water control.
Yeah, I'd love to see these fishing ships just be pulled over. Yeah, Bad Boy's doing it. Great idea from TaToH with that tower. I love that. That also allows him back on the water if he wants to dock at some point.
And
but
you know,
also that is 125 stone that takes TaToH away from a castle. And like I was thinking a castle drop in the middle with then war wagons would be really strong, but he seems to like the tower idea. He obviously used it in the first game.
Yep. You know TaToH's going to get the upgrades for these towers too. It's just that kind of guy, right? Do Koreans even did they get heated shot?
Oh, he's not going to get heated shot.
TaToH's the kind of guy that gets heated shot. Not right now, but eventually.
Well, I know they changed. I don't know how to say it. It's like Yupseong or something.
Yeah,
but now they have a unique tech which gives them the extra range.
That's the Castle Age tech, yeah.
Yeah.
So they do get heated shot, and the Castle Age tech will give them 8+5 range.
Well, he's making he's making enough towers. It makes me think that maybe heated shot would make sense for him in the long term. But it also is a pretty expensive upgrade for what it gives you. And I think there's plenty of potential for Bad Boy to push back these towers before TaToH's ever an imp. Those resources are looking amazing for Bad Boy. And now, Dave, I'm wondering, where does he build the castle? He could transport it over. He could even transport to the back side of the island and drop the castle there.
Nope. He places it
defensive
right near the dock from TaToH. TaToH goes for another tower on that side. And the water control is great, but this is something that the Koreans can do to shut all of that down. TaToH going for a fire ship there instead of the turtle. Let's look at the villager count now. 72 for TaToH, 71 for Bad Boy. Bad Boy has been unable to keep his TCs consistently producing, but he does have enough res to go up to Imperial Age.
Just a little sloppy. I feel like he was waiting for a building there, but there he goes. So he can definitely make trebs out of the castle. We know that. If he rushes chemistry immediately, he could also go cannon galleon.
Yeah,
which I think is something TaToH would do if he was in his shoes.
What are these vills on TaToH's Island going to
do? Archer range. Oh, this is huge. And TaToH doesn't have any scouting on that. So TaToH will be forced into so many towers defensively, I feel, as he still hasn't clicked up to imp, and of course he doesn't rush up faster like the Malay.
Does have control over the middle. Still not that many villagers there. He's loading them into a transport ship to get around the walls from Bad Boy. And he's going to show up in Bad Boy's base. Is he going to start dropping towers here too?
This is ambitious. I feel like Bad Boy should deal with this with just dropping his own tower.
Yeah.
But he's garrisoned, and then for some reason has done nothing with them. So I guess he just sends them to the wood.
TaToH has the opportunity against archers to go for defensive towers, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. I want to see siege right away, I think, from Bad Boy here to help out against the towers, because the archers currently in TaToH's base setup are not going to be able to do anything.
Oh, man, TaToH is asking so many questions of Bad Boy. He's forcing Bad Boy to make really crucial decisions at crucial times. This tower should have never gone up. All Bad Boy had to do was send 10 vills to rush that down. Instead, he avoided it. Still no crossbow upgrade for these archers, right? He's trying to do everything so fast. He's also making a treb, which is good. But at the same time, his fishing ships have wandered towards the towers, Dave.
Yep.
Because he's so distracted And now I think I'm liking TaToH's position more and more. He's taken no damage really over the last couple minutes.
And it's only going to be battering ram. He doesn't even have the enough food for the capped ram upgrade. I don't believe Malay gets siege ram. So, yeah, he's going to really need capped ram to take down these towers, because if he doesn't have it, TaToH can just take that out with his villagers or make another tower behind. He's actually gone for a defensive castle there as BadBoy hugs the shoreline with these crossbows to try and get some damage. But TaToH still with middle control with 2 towers now on BadBoy's base, and these towers basically just buying TaToH time. The trebuchet, instead of pushing up into the middle, will have to deal with these first.
Yeah, and we saw a bit of that in Game 1. Game 1 was very different, but TaToH was just using the towers to buy himself time. In this case, as BadBoy gets through with enough crossbows to cause damage. In this case, the difference is TaToH's eco is even. So he's trying to bring himself kind of back into this to get some control. I love how BadBoy went for the crossbows. It's just, I also love how much time TaToH's buying for himself.
Yep. And TaToH is now trying to clear up the crossbows. Not enough villagers garrison that TC. He's only going to take out one of them. Castle is almost up on TaToH's island from BadBoy here. And
Did he not get chemistry? He never researched chemistry.
Nope. Well, he didn't.
Can't make bombard cannons.
Dude, he's had food problems this entire time. Like, all he had was the fishing ships. TaToH goes for another tower on BadBoy's base. BadBoy realizes this and engages with villagers. Tower still might go up.
Oh, he clicked the tower, Dave. He clicked the tower and looked away. He thought he clicked the villager building the tower. Oh, he could have denied that. TaToH's keep goes up. I think he has murder holes too. I might have missed that tech.
Where are you looking at? Oh, in the north. I was looking at the tower. Sorry, there's multiple tower rushes going on, dude. I was looking at the one in BadBoy's base. The crossbows are going to go down here against the villagers, though. And the castle from BadBoy is going to get trebbed down on TaToH's island. His skirmishers are sitting right under a tower. There's a second treb out there from TaToH. And now a castle in the middle. Plus keeps. BadBoy a little bit indecisive, trying to do like 4 different things at once. And trying to counter the tower rush on his own island from TaToH, has gotten himself into a pretty bad position now.
It's so crazy too, because TaToH has 4 army. TaToH has somehow brought himself into a winning position with less army over the last 10 minutes. And it's just been intelligent army and intelligent positioning of the towers and constant recognition of the areas that he can harass BadBoy and get the most value from. And, you know, as this castle goes down for BadBoy on the right, I struggle to see what BadBoy can really do with that force. And now I direct my attention towards the middle, and TaToH still got keeps. He's got a castle up there. He's going to make some siege in the middle, and he's just going to camp this out.
Yeah, BadBoy needs like 6 trips to push this area here. And by the time he gets up to that number, TaToH should have stabilized over on his island. Although there's a 4th archery range coming from BadBoy. So maybe he'll get something done. But once he stabilizes there, then he can focus on the middle, and he can even take back water control if he wants to. He's getting chemistry right now.
It sounds really crazy, but if BadBoy could transport more villagers to the other side and just go full skirm raid from here, right? Because Koreans don't really have great answers to that with low eco. Just like, as TaToH gets Yupseong, the tech we talked about, just harass TaToH on both sides. Because if you do that before TaToH has towers, then TaToH can't focus middle. You still have really good eco, and he's catching up on upgrades now.
I do like the way that BadBoy has stabilized with his macro. He added so many farms behind, so he finally has consistent food gathering going on at home. He doesn't have to rely on his fishing ships anymore. He's trying to go in with these rams, but they're going to be taken out by the villagers. Still, the skirmisher raid has not been cleared up yet from TaToH, and BadBoy is starting to focus a little bit more on the middle.
Also, if there was ever a civ that could do well without golds, we are looking at one in the Malay. If they can research Force Levy, their 2-handed swordsmen only cost food. Still feel like there's some weaknesses to that, but TaToH loses a trep. TaToH could actually lose access to this relic, too. Great stubborn play from BadBoy.
As a wise woman once said, Malay need to delay. Courtesy of Smarthy.
Yeah, I feel like we don't give Smarthy enough credit for for saying that. Bombard cannon was going to be key here for both. The difference is bombard cannons can't actually push Korean towers at this point. The Korean towers will outrange them. But TaToH's got a bombard cannon at home. You now have TaToH with Trebs on the front in the middle. And kind of looks like he might take that castle out. I think Force Levy is going to be tough to get.
TaToH has a
Won't see that
lot of
castle
stone
staying
in the
up.
bank. Like, a lot of stone in the bank.
It hasn't been the prettiest 5 minutes for TaToH, but I still think it's the best position for him because he can take more stone and he can take that gold in the mid.
Oh, God. Do you see the bombard cannon over on the right side of TaToH's base?
I see it.
Look to the right of that lumber camp. That tells you how busy TaToH is right now. He even placed that lumber
Just
camp.
checks idols and drops a lumber camp. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, it'll actually end up being okay.
Yep.
Because the skirms are getting pushed back, and this is...
And look what he's
This is
going
an
into.
issue.
Look at what BadBoy's going into. Men-at-Arms here. So he's already thinking, I just need food eco. I need to get
Oh
all
my
the
God.
upgrades for my infantry. I have a position
Please.
on my opponent's base. Like, let's let him mine all the stuff in the middle. I will
Yeah.
harass his economy at home. Eventually, he's going to run out, and hopefully I just win in the long battle.
Well, okay, so what TaToH needs to do right now is tower/castle a shoreline and get back on water.
Yep.
You're holding on the right side. That's not an issue, and you don't really need to expand yet either. Just control the water, and then that infantry player, anything that BadBoy really wants to do beyond this right push will not happen. He's getting siege engineers, though, Dave, so he wants all the range in his siege, which makes sense. Still kind of firing siege over the river in the middle, which I feel like we don't appreciate enough aesthetically. Like, as a kid, I probably made scenarios like this where I'm just, like, hitting the AI over the water. That's pretty cool, but, yeah, I mean, he did have to make another castle to be able to research Force Levy. And Force Levy isn't the cheapest upgrade. I think it's 1,000 food, 600 gold to get. BadBoy's out of gold. Also didn't collect any relics at his island, which really bothers me.
Ooh, that bombard cannon from BadBoy is at 1 HP. That thing is not, yeah. Bombard dodgeball there from TaToH. Great attack round. Takes out that bombard cannon. Keeps the Treb alive. And with the towers in the middle, it's just a matter of time before he takes out this water presence from BadBoy. And he can get back on water anytime he wants to.
Yeah, it's just, at this point, I feel like TaToH's got this.
Yeah.
As long as he goes back on water, right? It's like one final move to finish off the game.
BadBoy, great move. Transporting villagers in the north.
Drop barracks, dude.
Yep.
Drop barracks. The KD will not be pretty. It's not going to be pretty sending in swordsmen up against towers. But this is your way to come back. And then chop lots of wood on your island. And drop lots of farms and hopefully get the food eco so you can use Force Levy. The tech comes in. Still pretty far behind on upgrades. I think he's only at man-at-arms or longswords, but
The only problem here for BadBoy is that TaToH has enough stone to drop like 10 towers in his base.
Yeah.
And two-handed swordsmen are notoriously weak against ranged attacks. So this is going to be really rough. He doesn't even have two-handed swordsman yet. He's in long swordsman. Only 39 on food, so needs to definitely add some more farmers there. And these things are going to go down to the towers. TaToH should be in a very comfortable position here. And I think BadBoy can't stop the push down the middle if TaToH adds in enough war wagons.
But what this does do is it distracts TaToH. So now TaToH on the right side, he's lost a bomber cannon and will lose a second bomber cannon. So that's
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
And then you start to poke and prod from both sides. The KD will look bad. It's not going to be good for your score. But now what BadBoy's doing is kind of what TaToH was doing when he was behind. TaToH dropped some towers, did a bunch of funky business on the sides to distract him, and now TaToH's kind of facing the same problem.
TaToH's going to feel real comfortable here, though. Like, BadBoy keeps adding barracks, and for every barracks that BadBoy adds, TaToH just adds 2 towers. And he even, like,
also wagons.
comes in with more villagers. Yeah, adds in more wagons, and the push down the center is going to be the concern soon for BadBoy, as there's going to be bombard cannons supported by wagons there. TaToH is getting back on the water right now.
I feel like there was such an opportunity for BadBoy here when he was on his way to Imp. And then TaToH just towered everywhere. The transport move worked out so well for him. And it's the perfect unit to fall back to, the War Wagon, because it costs wood and gold, which you have plenty of. And you already have your ranged upgrades for your towers.
Even treadmill crane. Nice. Let's get him built faster.
I kind of hope we see heated shot now. Not that it really matters, but it is a somewhat relevant tech.
Heated shot for what? What does he have on water?
Well, yeah, but for you, bro, you really wanted to see heated shot. I just want your
thanks,
prediction
man.
to be right.
Thanks, man.
I mean, with these resources, you might as well research the
Yep.
things that don't matter at this point. Woodline raid on the right side. Big comeback move for BadBoy. Kills those villagers. Well played. We have Elite War Wagon on the way for TaToH now. And that's like, is that even a unit that Melee can counter if they have resources?
No. Like, there's going to be people in chat that saying that skirmishers counter war wagons, but I just want you to
No.
watch this fight here. Like, sure, 10 of them counter one, maybe.
Yeah,
Such
and
a
then
strong
the
unit.
main thing is there's always just one unit that TaToH needs to accompany the war wagons, and that would be
Yeah.
a bomber cannon. And you know, game one, Dave, I don't think there was ever really a good chance for BadBoy. You know, we talked about the castles and the plays you could go with Portuguese, but TaToH outplayed him. This game, the opportunity was there, and I'm pretty sure if we were to look to the timeline, we can see the imp times, and we could think back to that moment around 31 minutes. I think that BadBoy overreacted in some ways and underreacted in other ways
Yep.
when TaToH went for the kind of like the triple whammy. He was pressuring on water, and then he transported and dropped the towers. One tower without murder holes is nothing against Vills, even in Castle Age. And BadBoy sent 15 Vills into his TC and out the other side. I think he should have immediately rushed that down. He had some water presence as well, so that wouldn't have been a concern. TaToH can't make demos. You do that, then your Trebs don't waste time on your island. Your Trebs can push TaToH in the middle and imp. And then I like the transport move. I just would have liked to see him transport to the left side a little bit earlier. Uh, TaToH, it seemed like he was just so comfortable falling back to defensive towers. And TaToH goes up 2-0.
The concern for me, I think BadBoy should have stayed on 1 TC or 2 TCs and gone up to Imperial Age faster. I think
Yeah, maybe.
adding extra TCs when your opponent has control of the middle and is Koreans and can easily take back control of the water with just a few towers is a little bit strange. Also, he didn't really commit to anything, like you said. He went for that landing with the crossbows, didn't really commit to the crossbows because they got countered by the towers. He didn't commit to taking down the tower on his base. He didn't commit to taking back water control. He didn't commit to anything. He just kind of did everything half-heartedly, and it was a little bit confused. And that's credit to TaToH for just dividing his attention so much.
Yeah, BadBoy felt like he had to do 4 different things when maybe he could have just streamlined everything towards 2. And
TaToH's found
TaToH again looking good.
He's found the BadBoy counter. It's just tower
The
rush
tower.
into Imperial Age. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what civs he has left. I guess he's used Japanese and Korean, so those are his 2 best tower civs, but we'll see what happens game 3. As many of us maybe expected, TaToH looking really strong, and overall has just had the better decision making. But remember, BadBoy, he was down before in some of the earlier sets. He beat players like TaToH and I think Stark, and I'm trying to think, wasn't there one other big name that he beat to get here? I feel like there should be, but either way, you know, he's in the quarterfinal.
I feel like I watched all of his sets too.
It was definitely BadBoy versus Stark and BadBoy versus TaToH that were the big ones. And he 3-1 TaToH, which was a surprise to me. But I feel like there's another set. It's probably not even worth talking about now. But the point is BadBoy deserves to be in this spot.
Oh, Houseboat. Oh, I forgot we had Houseboat coming. Okay, I'm excited. I'll wait for you 10 seconds.
Yeah, and Houseboat was a map that TaToH picked as his home map in all the other sets. We only saw Houseboat from TaToH if he lost, and I think he only lost that one game against Project Belgium. So we have seen TaToH play Houseboat, but never before have we seen TaToH play Houseboat when it's someone else's home map where they like to play Houseboat. And 3, 2, 1, go. Game number 3. In the red, we have BadBoy playing as the Chinese, his number 1 pick. And TaToH's got the Mayans. This is like, I know it's also a meta matchup for Arabia, which is super weird, but it's also a meta matchup for Houseboat from what we've seen.
I played this week, or last week, I played the Wandering Squires Cup, which is like the lower elo version of this tournament.
Are you playing in that, or are you?
I'm playing in that. Yeah.
Sick.
And the guy I matched up against, he picked Houseboat as his home map, and it was the very first Houseboat 1v1 I've ever played. And he changed his color to gray, so he could sneak into my base. Literally,
he's just the worst.
Dude, it was such a messy game, and I just appreciate the pain from that these players have to go through in playing this map. It's very entertaining for us, but it's so micro and macro intensive to play this and keep the villagers transporting over and scout and everything like that. It's crazy, and it made me appreciate it so much more.
Yeah, and also, even if it was just a, a fun little Wandering Squires tourney, there was probably a extra level to it because you probably had a little bit of nerves, right? I don't care what event you're playing in, you're always like
Yeah.
a little more on edge. And when you have to do all this tiny stuff and then you add in any level of stress, I don't care how little, it gets crazier. So
Well, for me, it's like, if I beat this guy, no one's gonna care. But if he
yeah,
beats
but if you
me,
lose,
yeah,
yeah, dude.
yeah, man, it's always
No, I
that way.
understand that. Well, map positions look pretty similar here. Both players have a very safe corner to fall back to, and in that corner, you're going to find some extra hunt. And those are the areas of the map we tend to talk about much later. But I feel like that is worth pointing out because it needs to be in the back of the players' minds to have that scouted.
I
There
really like
might be a point with no fish.
I really like the map setup here for Bad Boy. He can just wall on the left side to the water, and then if he walls on the right side from the water to that wood line, it's just a couple houses away from
Yeah.
being completely secured. And he has the elephant in the back. Good TC spot on the gold in the back. Like, playing with Chinese, if you manage to secure your own pond and then boom behind, you should be in a decent position. I guess the question is, how do Chinese, or I guess what state do Chinese get to Imperial Age against Mayans? Because we know it's so much easier for Mayans to go into their endgame composition, and
Yeah.
Chinese are going to have to choose between like 2 or 3 units to produce, whereas the Mayans can simply go for Plumed Archer.
Yeah, I think that Chinese need to be the aggressor here
Mm-hmm.
because Mayans naturally like to sit back behind their cheaper walls, and we have seen Plumes dominate. And we've seen games where the Chinese player actually has the lead, but then going into just skirmisher against Plumes isn't really that good.
Yep.
Because Plumed archers are fast. It's not like crossbows where skirms have similar speed.
You need
So,
like skirmishers, siege ram, some castles
yeah.
behind, and then maybe some light cav to it's just Chinese need to make like 3 units at a time, and the Mayans can get away with 1.
And the thing is, they can do it. Chinese have cheaper techs, and they have an amazing tech tree, so it is possible. But it always feels like having to tech switch into one additional unit or bring in one additional unit is sometimes what makes the difference.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to see here is Bad Boy's got a lot on wood right now. Like, what in the world? He's got 9 on wood, which seems extreme. But anyways, what I'd like to see is maybe a forward dock from the Chinese player. We do see that strategy quite commonly in this map, but I would expect TaToH to maybe sit back, expect that, and then maybe Bad Boy to still be on the offensive.
He had 9 on wood, couldn't even produce fishing ships.
Well, he added a mill, so this
Oh,
might
he's
actually
house
be...
now. Okay, he completes that one. He added the mill.
Remember game 1 where TaToH expected organ guns and just went fast castle?
Yep.
I feel like this is reverse mind game here. I feel like TaToH might expect the dock and just defensive dock. And so for that reason, as he's actually going up right now, Bad Boy's like, I'm not going to rush him, which is what he might expect. I'm going to drop a mill so I can take berries and shorefish and my fishing ships and just go fast castle.
I guess the question for me is, what state is your pond going to be in
Yeah.
by the time that happens? Because if TaToH realizes this by the uptimes and sends a villager forward, you could lose all of your stuff. And he's sending 2 vills forward. So TaToH with the Mayans is going for this aggressive build where you get 2 docks up in your enemy pond. Bad Boy, can he counter this? And will he have a transport ship or fishing ships left by the time he clicks Castle Age? He still hasn't gone up.
Key here. He just lost a villager to an elephant in the south. What the?
No.
I think he might have just clicked over there to do something and accidentally clicked the elephant.
He's just playing hide and seek. He's found a wonderful spot beneath the elephant's foot. He's not dead. He lives on a farm now. He lives
Knowing
on a
Bad
farm,
Boy,
chat.
he probably wanted to bring that into his mill. And TaToH goes double dock forward. And this is the strategy that counters fast castle. So TaToH has gone for the strat that would counter this. Bad Boy, I like the risk, but he's not going to like seeing that. As there he goes. He tries to bring in the elephant again.
Oh, and he does the house trick, and he's like, yeah, I don't have time for this. I have negative time here. I need to somehow get up to feudal age, save my transport maybe, get the villagers across. Luckily for him, he does have water buffalo he can take in the middle, which will keep the vills working for a while. But I think TaToH will be able to take out all this stuff. And it's so weird to me that Bad Boy chose this strat and then didn't even get greedy with the fishing ships number, right? Like, he only kept it at 5. Like it's
I,
just it's
I
kind
think
of weird.
I think Mill was part of the greed, right? Because that's 100
Yeah,
wood.
true. Oh, he transports the
Um,
water buffalo. Okay, he brings them across.
I think this is actually quite manageable for Bad Boy, depending on how he macros with his food right now. Like we saw a game from Yo, I think against Slam 2 weeks ago, where Yo tried Fast Castle and he arrived to Feudal with around the same resources, 500, 200, and then he never could get additional food to go Castle faster. If you're gonna do this, you need to make sure that you're taking more food and that you actually have a faster Castle Age. Because otherwise, if you're just gonna combat in Feudal Age, you've just given TaToH the lead in this race. And oh god, even that villager gets picked off. TaToH's just everywhere right now.
Yeah, Bad Boy won't be able to save this. Not with the Eagle there, the 2 fire galleys. Eagle is preventing the quick walls as well, and that villager goes down.
It's 2 villagers lost. Both probably avoidable. I feel like the dock villager was just forgotten about. And then obviously losing the one earlier to the elephant was not pretty. This could be a quick game here for TaToH.
He has still kept his fishing ships alive though, and now he has 3 docks. So he's actually he hasn't lost a single fishing ship against the pressure from TaToH now. And TaToH maybe getting a little bit ahead of himself here, goes for a galley, which can be blocked by the transport ship. The galley goes down. Fishing ships are still alive for Bad Boy. Demo rafts are coming out. This is actually a manageable position as TaToH goes for a 3rd dock now.
I think it all depends on this demo, Dave. If this demo can come out and hit, and what Bad Boy needs is not so much the fish, but he also needs that transport to be able to send villagers back and forth. He's almost out of buffalo there. Here he comes. TaToH, I think, sees the demo. It's kind of sad that the buffalo aren't being taken right now.
Yep.
That's 300 food. I can understand why he pulled them to the shoreline because he was scared, but
I'm
I bet you
actually
he wishes he had them.
stunned that the fish are still alive here from Bad Boy. Great save from him.
Also saving the Dorado there.
Yep.
Great micro there from TaToH, though. Completely avoids the demo. I don't think he got hit at all. Now the villagers garrison. TaToH's got 3 docks here. He's got his own demo now. Oof, that's a good demo as well from TaToH. And maybe, you know, while it was looking bright for Bad Boy,
He doesn't have enough on
looking
gold.
darker and darker now, dude. He does not have the eco to keep up with this.
No, he's got so much wood though. Maybe a market. Like just start
mill.
selling wood. Do something.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
mill. Well, the thing is, it's so hard for him to focus on that because he has to micro all the time. It's that stress you talked about. And when you're the offensive player, you can kind of get away with losing a ship or two, which TaToH has not done to his credit. But because, you know, you can just wall up at home. He's actually stonewalling at home. And he's almost completely stonewalled already.
Yep. And safe fish this entire time, right? He took in the elephant to the mill. His economy is looking great.
Bad
Man,
Boy.
TaToH showed up to play today. Oh my god. Bad Boy looks so good in this tournament so far. And TaToH just showing up, and these games have kind of been super one-sided. Bad Boy will find the villager from TaToH and take it out with a demo ship. That's good. Okay.
That's not worth it. Okay.
The scout was weak. It's TaToH, man. I watched a Black Forest show match the other day where every single game, the enemies spent 15 minutes trying to kill one weak villager in their base from TaToH. So I don't blame him for demoing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like a demo would change the situation too much here. I think if he lands a demo, he's still kind of screwed. But his transport ship has continued to work, and TaToH's been, if there's any negative to this situation, he's maybe been a little too hesitant.
Too cautious,
to
yeah.
try and win the water, yeah. But
there's demo rafts here. Yeah, pushing in between these 2 docks in this position, you never know when a demo raft is going to come out. There's another demo raft incoming.
Okay, can see maybe why TaToH
Another
didn't wanna run
2?
through here. No way.
Oh my god! And
No
the fish are still alive. The transport is still alive.
Well, that answers our question right there. Why was TaToH not trying to engage beneath the docks? Because that's why. The demos would come in. Castle time for Bad Boy will actually still be decent.
Yeah.
He's got the deer in the south. He's going Market Blacksmith. I guess the other concern would be TaToH will be in Castle Age faster. TaToH's fully stonewalled,
And
whereas
Mayans.
Bad Boy is going to be completely open. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mayans. If you're Chinese, you ideally want an eco lead over the Mayans just so you can start going into those different units we talked about. TaToH is going to be up first, still providing pressure on Bad Boy's pawn. He's added fish in Bad Boy's pawn. which is
Yeah.
kind of. I mean, at least even if he gets cleared up here, at least he took a little bit of food away from the guy.
Well, in Castle Age is when you can just snowball on water. The demos are strong, but as far as I know, uh, actually, I think demos do more damage against fires in Castle Age. So there's still that for BadBoy. But I don't think TaToH's too concerned. He's got everything safe at home. I love how he's just 1 on stone, because he's only going to have the wood eco to go for 1 extra TC. Just like the small things like that make me happy.
Yep.
Everything's streamlined for him. Forward barracks, though, for TaToH is not what I was expecting on the left side.
Oh, BadBoy. No, dude, you saw this demo raft coming from a mile away and you lose your transport to it? Means he can't get any more vills over, but he's going to be cut off completely soon. So maybe he just abandons that TC in Castle Age. He's got a demo raft coming from the other side. That's big.
This could actually be good for BadBoy. He gets so many kills because of this. A focus fire there, literally. Again, a situation where BadBoy could have already lost water, and he's still holding on.
Yeah, and those fishing ships are still alive. They're immortal.
Oh, don't use 2 demos on 1 fire.
No. Okay, good.
Okay. I think we'll have a 1-for-1 here in the middle. 19 to 11 KD. So the KD's been better for BadBoy. He will probably want to make a new transport ship, but I'm not sure if he can comfortably
barracks
do so
forward
yet.
for TaToH, and he's already got eagles coming out, and he's busted through that wall already. BadBoy needs to wall behind here. TaToH does not have any armor yet on the eagles, so he won't really be able to engage effectively against the villagers yet. But still, that's going to be a threat, man. That's going to be a threat.
Yeah. I mean, 7 attack is no joke here. Just add a TC, BadBoy. You have the wood and you have the stone. He maybe doesn't notice this because he's focused on the middle. But if he can just drop a town center real quick and lose 1 or 2 villagers...
He dropped it on the right side and at the back. He didn't notice the eagle raids.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, it's so tough on this map to notice, like, the random land units coming in when you're trying to focus water. When you're trying to boom up. It's just so difficult.
I can kind of understand why you wouldn't want a TC here, too, because then the Navy from TaToH, if TaToH does actually win water, could range it. Okay, so he wants to go barracks. He probably wants to follow it up with a stable for a few nights. But look at TaToH behind this. Adding the 2nd TC. Again, he'll have enough stone soon so he can make the 3rd. His eco's just perfect. And you mentioned it before, and I was talking about it before the series. I think TaToH's been the most consistent player in this tourney.
Yeah, maybe.
I think overall he's been, like, just the most incredible from series to series. And has had some pretty crazy players to play up against. And this series, for me, just another example of how prepared he is for this.
Yeah, we never really, like... There's players that go for out-of-the-box strategies, but with TaToH, you never look at them and say, like, what was that? You know?
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Like, Lix is another example of a player who goes for out-of-the-box stuff.
Even Viper
and when
sometimes.
he played Viper,
yeah,
we're like, okay, that didn't make any sense whatsoever. But with TaToH, it just always seems to fit the map or the situation. Like, the double eagle thing is so smart here because it's a little bit of investment, and now you just stop. You don't even need to do anything more. You killed villagers, and then you just full boom.
Yep. And you force your opponent into 1 militia. I mean, it's great.
I noticed that. But it's like, BadBoy clearly has thought about it and said, oh, I don't have the eco for militia. Or, oh, he's not actually upgrading these things.
He's got, dude, he's going for a 3rd TC now. He's got 3 on food and 6 food in the bank.
Well, he is, to be fair, adding some farms. But, yeah, I mean, this is just a player who realizes he's been bested trying to catch up right now. And you know that if you lose your middle TC, which is essentially he has at this point, that the opponent's probably working on at least 3, if not 4. TaToH's going for his 4th now. You kind of feel the need to catch up. And your hope now is that TaToH just doesn't snowball his advantage into something that would probably finish off BadBoy.
It's a testament to how good TaToH is, because I think BadBoy definitely deserves to be in the top 8 here. 100% with the way he's played.
You can't argue, yeah. Well, I think the strategy was actually really good for BadBoy. I mentioned it in Dark Age. I think that Mayans typically play more defensive. Are you talking about the tower, or is something else happening?
He pulled in the elephant because he needs food, and then he shot it with the TC.
Did he actually?
Yes.
Wait, I thought he ate the elephant before. Or was it another one? Oh,
No.
the other one.
You can see it sinking into the ground
Oh, the
slowly.
other one.
Oh, it
Yeah, I
just goes
mean,
from bad to worse here. It's terrible.
Bad Boy hasn't done himself any favors in this game. Like, he's made some pretty crucial errors.
Yeah.
Losing the villager earlier. I won't question the build so much because I think, again, in this matchup, the build can make sense, but then there.
It might be, I mean, it might be nerves a little bit because I think this is the farthest he's gone in an S tier event to round of 8. So maybe a little bit of nerves going on here as TaToH goes with the forward siege workshop, has vision everywhere around BadBoy's base. So no chance of a sneak there. Even going for monks to pick up the relics, has 3 TCs, deleted the TC in the middle. Economy looks super clean.
Man-at-arms, let's go. Man-at-arm defense. The Eagles are on the run. Let's go, Bad Boy. I like how TaToH immediately researches stone mining. He's like, oh, okay. Just another reason to make plumed archers. Sounds good to me.
Yep, Bad Boy goes for the siege workshop over there. TaToH's still running away from the men-at-arms. He might bait them into his fire ships, though.
Good move
And
from Bad Boy.
Bad Boy pulls away, but still, it's 57 villagers for TaToH against 55 from Bad Boy. And just a much better position and a much better civ at this point in the game.
Yeah, and just back to the players, as we will probably continue to discuss this. What makes the top players is not necessarily their amazing skill. It's their consistency. And TaToH's consistency, we spoke of, is the biggest thing for us. What separates him maybe from some of the others in the quarters. And Bad Boy's still trying to get to that point where he can consistently make it in the top 16 events. So you might have 8 best of 5s in 8 different tourneys. For most players, 1 or 2 of those best of 5s, you're just not going to play up to your potential.
Yep.
And maybe this is one of them for Bad Boy. But there's certain players, like the TaToHs of the world. You got Viper, you got Yo. I mean, those players, they just seem to somehow put it all together every single time. I don't know how that's possible, because I know as a player, I struggle for that consistency, but they do. Nice little headshot there for TaToH. He pops out with the siege. He might lose the siege workshop.
Oh, big mangonel shot and he just kills his
He
own longsword.
deleted. Oh, God. It's just getting from bad to worse, man. It was also a delete, too. Like, he could have had another shot, but he just completely missed.
4th TC now from Bad Boy in the south. So he's booming in a line along the edge of the map. Maybe he can expand along the edge to the right a little bit more, but TaToH is holding that entire middle area, and TaToH goes for that forward castle in a very aggressive position. Okay, here's the one chance for Bad Boy to get back into this game. TaToH sends a ton of vills. Bad Boy kills the castle foundation with his mangonel and then nukes the villagers somehow.
I mean, it's 67 vills versus 82, so it is still possible. But I think TaToH is going to distract the longswords in the south, see that they're there, send in a few eagles to snipe that siege, and then just go for the castle. And yeah, here he comes.
Yeah, and Bad Boy not in position with the mangonels, so the foundation goes up. Eagles are coming in. Great attack round
Nice
there from
attack
Bad Boy. Still going to lose that likely, though, and delete trick does not work.
You know what Bad Boy's base reminds me of right now? It reminds me of someone's eco if they were almost killed in the community game.
Yep.
And they had to, like, escape.
No, full
to try and hide.
Full rat mode for sure.
Yeah. Like, this does not look like a competitive situation.
Herbal medicine?
That's actually a really good tech.
He wants
Look
to
how
heal
weak
up
those
his
eagles
eagles.
are. Yeah. Also, shout out to the devs for making that tech useful. Right? It was never something that anyone ever researched before, but what is it, 4 times faster healing in a castle now?
4 times. Well, it was
4 times.
It was always 4
I think it was
times.
2 times before.
No, it was always 4 times.
Did they make it cheaper than what?
Yeah, I think
what changed?
they made it cheaper, I believe.
Are you sure? Maybe it's 6 times now. I thought maybe it. I thought they changed.
It's 6 times. Okay, it was always 4
that's what it
times.
is.
Okay, it's 6 times.
So it was 4 before they made it 6.
And Teutons get it free now, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Teutons also have some weird healing. Like, they can heal from distance bonus.
Yeah.
And they also made it cheaper. So, yeah, anyways, shout out to the devs for that. I like that. But TaToH's on the way to Imp. He's got a forward castle. He actually made more eagles here than I expected. But everything's worked out. Just look at TaToH's scouting, Dave. He hasn't needed to scout the other areas of the map. But yet he has all 4 relics. Or sorry, 4 relics, about to get 5 on the right. And it's just been flawless execution from TaToH every stage of the way.
He gets himself into these games, like all 3 games we've seen here, where he gets himself into a good position where he's really comfortable, and then he just plays it slow out
Yeah.
to the end, and it's really, really great, and he is in a very comfortable spot right now. BadBoy trying to go out with the long swords to make something happen. He's trying to go up to Imperial Age himself. Surprised this economy is in that state where he can actually click up. But he's not going to have an answer to the Plumed Archers. He has an answer to the Eagles, just nothing to the Plumed Archers.
Yeah, and, you got to think about kind of how you want to use longswords. If you're not being proactive with longswords, guys, you're normally in trouble because they're so slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have almost liked to have seen him go knights instead. But I guess his eco struggled.
Even going for fortified wall. Holy. And TaToH is in a position where he could even wall in his opponent.
It kind of did on the left. He's got a wall over there. So, I mean, BadBoy might continue to play here. It would be his final game in the event. As you said, Dave, this is his best performance. This is his highest finish, I believe, in an S-tier tourney. $25,000 tourney. So still something to be proud of, but obviously just hoping for miracles right now.
You say miracle again?
No.
Oh, okay. I think we've had this conversation before where you said miracles.
It's
not a real miracle until America.
It's American miracle.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
Nah, it's my, got a couple words that I definitely say a bit off due to my Pennsylvania upbringing. I blame my father for that.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, BadBoy calls the GG. TaToH makes this first quarterfinal very quick, and TaToH moves on to the semis. BadBoy says, good luck, Exter. But I imagine he meant to say good luck next. And maybe BadBoy was like leaving the computer as he was saying
good
that.
luck, extreme respect.
Okay, I can see that, Dave. And BadBoy's the type of guy, he would say it.
Yes, he did. Yes,
so
he
good
would.
luck, extreme respect, and TaToH deserves that respect. I think TaToH's draft looked strong. I think he always knew kind of what BadBoy was going to do and countered it. And then if there was ever a situation, and there weren't many of these in this best of 5, where TaToH struggled, TaToH was able to pull himself out of that hole way better than BadBoy was.
And I think TaToH just read the strategies so well from BadBoy.
Yeah.
Think about the first game. Just FC. He said, if you're going to FC, I'll FC too, and I'll have better fishing ships than you. And I will boom up there, and then I can take you off water and completely counter your push with guard towers. Second game, he takes the middle. He loses water at the beginning, but he doesn't care because he has towers. Gets that stone access and starts adding towers all over the place. And then this game, I mean, I guess you just kind of have to question the start in this game for BadBoy.
Yeah, you do. Well, you do because TaToH went super aggressive.
Yeah.
And the other thing we didn't talk about is I've never seen a mine uptime like this. TaToH's build order, 9:16 feudal age time.
Holy.
I think most of the feudal age times we're seeing with mines are like 10:30 if they go up fast. They typically are up slower than other civs, but not in this game. So TaToH's build was solid, and his execution was there. 95.9% of the map was scouted. So BadBoy couldn't have escaped anywhere without TaToH finding him.
Yeah, TaToH went up with 20 villagers on Houseboat, the feudal age. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I think it's exciting for us because we're seeing a player like TaToH move on to the semis, and we'll talk more and more about what those matchups might be today, but he deserves it.